Hello, everybody. How you doing today? Today we're here to kind of revisit the Great Crunch debate. Some of you may remember my friend and I, Mr. Capaldi, going kind of back and forth for fun, mostly, really, about whether or not Captain Crunch is British or American. Now, obviously, a lot of people fall into the trap. Well, I won't get into my arguments yet because this is just an introduction of what Paul and I are doing. So I don't want to take away from my 5 minutes of oral arguments because that's the idea that we both decided on today, is that we would each create our own 5 minute segment, like oral arguments, like in the Stephen Avery, Brendan Dassey cases when the lawyers are called in to give oral arguments in in court, in appeals court, circuit court, whatever it is, So the what we're doing is we're each doing a 5 minute segment of our strongest argument, our oral argument, I guess, basically. So this ought to be fun. Hopefully everybody has fun with it. Like I said, it's mainly just in good fun. We're not being super serious about Captain Crunch, just for those who may not realize. It's just for fun, really. But it's something a little bit distracting that sometimes you need to kind of take a break. So this is kind of a way that Paul and I blow off steam. So anyways, we'll get to my oral argument coming up. Hello, and if it please the court being anybody who watches this video, by the way, and comments, all you have to do is watch this video and leave a comment and you've become the court. The judge, I guess, or one of. Anyways, moving on. So, one thing I want to say is the thing is with this argument, a lot of people think because Captain Crunch is obviously an American-made cereal, it's made in America, all that stuff, they make the mistake of assuming that because the cereal was created in America, that Captain Crunch is American. But that's not really, you can't really make that assumption. And let me explain to you why. Have you ever watched Austin Powers? I know most of you have. Does that mean because Mike Myers is Canadian that Austin Powers is Canadian? No. Austin Powers is clearly British. He's created British. He's meant to be British. That's what the way the character is, right? Well, so my thing is that Captain Crunch seems to have a lot more similarities with a British sailor than he does with an American sailor. And that's what I'm going to be getting into today. So, to avoid the common pitfall, we cannot just assume Captain Crunch is American because the cereal Captain Crunch was made in America. Okay, moving on to the next argument. First thing that I feel makes Captain Crunch very British. The bushy mustache. Okay? To my mind, that is a very, very British thing. And if you don't believe me, check out this clip.
How do I look, darling?
Girl bait, sir. Pure bloody girl bait.
Moustache? Bushy enough?
Like a privet head, sir.
Good, because I want to catch a particularly beautiful creature in this bush tonight.
So, you might see what I mean there. Clearly, that was like the pride of General Melchett there, who was an officer in the British Army, a fictional TV show, but still. It's a British show, and the bushy mustache is, in my mind, more of a British thing. But anyways, moving on. So, let's move on to his name. Captain Crunch's name is Horatio Magellan Crunch. Okay? Horatio is the first name of a great British commander named Horatio Nelson, one of the greatest admirals in British history. One of the most revered and greatest admirals in British history. And then we have Magellan. Name Magellan? Okay, now Magellan himself may not have been British, but Magellan was clearly European. Okay? So Captain Crunch has these names that suggest a English or maybe possibly a European descent, more than it would allude to an American descent. Okay, then we'll get on to his crew. Okay, first crewmate, Alfie. Alfie, like Alfred the Great, the first king of England, right? Alfie, okay, all right. Next one, Brunhilde. Okay, granted, Brunhilde is probably German or, something like that, with the name like Brunhilde, right? Okay, that's still European, right? So far, 2 crew members down, we still don't have anything that sounds like it came from America, right? Okay, third one, Carlisle. Carlisle is a British city. So that's 3 crew members that are clearly of British or European origin. And then we have Dave. You know what? I'll give it to you. Okay, Dave's an American. At least his name sounds possibly American. And if you even see the picture of Dave, he looks kind of American. So, okay, I'll give it to you. He has 1 crew member that's American. Does that make Captain Crunch American when he is so obviously British in the way that he was created? I leave you with that.